1 Samuel 8. When Samuel grew old and appointed his sons and judges over Israel, his firstborn son's name was Joel, and his second was Abijah. They were judges of Beersheba. However, his sons did not walk in his ways. They turned towards dishonest prophets, took bribes, and perverted justice. So all the elders of Israel gathered together and went to Samuel at Ramah. They said to him, "Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your way. Therefore, appointing a king to judge us the same as all the other nations have." When they said, "Give us a king to judge us," Samuel considered their deemed wrong. So he prayed to the Lord. But the Lord told him, "Listen to the Lord and everything they say to you. They have not rejected you. They have rejected me as their king. They are doing the same thing to you that they have done to me. Since the day I have brought them out of Egypt until this day, abandoning me and worshiping other gods. Listen to them, but solemnly warn them and tell them about the customary rights of the king who will reign over them." Samuel told all the Lord's word to the people who were asking him for a king. He said, "There are the rights of the king who will reign over you. He will take your son and put them to his use in his his chariots, on his horses, or running in front of his chariots. He came appointed from his use and commanders of those sands, or commanders of fiefties. So plow his ground and reap his harvest, or to make his weapons of war and equipment of his chariots. He can take our daughters to become perfumers, cooks, and bakers. He can take our best field, vineyard, and olive orchards, and give them to his servants. He can take a strength of his grain and your vineyard and give them to his officials and the servants. He can take your male servant, your female servants, and your best cattle, and your donkeys, and use them for his work. He can take a tenth of your flock and you yourselves, and become his servant. When that day comes, you will cry out because the king you've chosen for yourselves, but the Lord won't answer you. But the Lord won't answer you on that day." The people refused to listen to Samuel. "No," they said, "we must have a king over us. Then we'll be like all the other nations. Our king will judge us. Go out before us and fight our battles." Samuel listened to all the people's words and then repeated them to the Lord. "Listen to them," the Lord told Samuel. "Appoint a king for them." Then Samuel told the men of Israel, "Each of you go back to your city."
Samuel 9. There was a prominent man of Benjamin named Kish, son of Abel, son of Zerah, son of Betroth, son of Aphiah, son of Benjaminite, son of a Benjaminite. He had a son named Saul, an impressive young man. There was no one more impressive among the Israelites than he. He stood a head taller than anyone else. One day, the donkey of Saul's father, King Kish, wandered off. Kish said to his son Saul, "Take one of your servants with you and go look for the donkey." Saul and his servant went through the hill country of Ephraim, and then through the region of Shalish, but they didn't find them. They went through the region of Shalem, nothing. They went through the Benjaminites region, but still didn't find them. When they came back to the land of Zoph, Saul said to the servant who was with him, "Come on, let's go back, or my father will stop worrying about the donkey and start worrying about us." "Look," the servant said, "there is a man of God in the city who is highly respected. Everything he says is sure to come true. Let's go there now. Maybe he'll tell us which way we should go." "Suppose we do go," Saul said to his servants. "What do we take the man? The food from our packs is gone, and there's no gift to take to the man of God. What do we have?" The servant answered Saul, "Here, I have a little silver. I'll give it to the man of God, and he will tell us which way we should go." Formerly, in Israel, a man who was going to inquire of God would say, "Come, let's go to the seer," for the prophet of today was formerly called the seer. Good, Saul replied to his servant, "Come on, let's go." So they went to the city where the man of God was. Come on, let's go. So they went to the city where the man of God was. As they were climbing the hill of the city, they found some young woman coming out to draw water, and asked, "Is the seer here?" The woman answered, "Yes, he is ahead of you. Hurry, he just now entered the city because there's a sacrifice for the people at the high place today. As soon as you enter the city, you will find him before he goes to the high place to eat. The people won't eat until he comes back. He comes because he must bless the sacrifice. After that, the guest can eat. Go up immediately. You can find him now." So they went up towards the city. Saul and his servant were entering the city when they saw Samuel coming towards them on his way to the high place. Now, the day before Saul's arrival was the Lord had informed Samuel that at this time tomorrow I will send you a man from the land of Benjamin. Anoint him ruler over my people Israel. He will save them from the Philistines. because I have seen the affliction of my people, for their cry has come to me. When Samuel saw Saul, the Lord told him, Here is the man I told you about. He will govern my people. Saul approached Samuel at the city gate and asked, Would you please tell me where the seer's house is? I am the seer, Saul answered. Go up ahead of me and to the high place and eat with me today. When I send you off in the morning, I'll tell you everything that's in your heart. So, as for the donkeys that wandered away from you 3 days ago, don't worry about them because they've been found, and who does all Israel desire but you and all your father's family? Saul responded, I am not a Benjamite from the smallest of Israel's tribe, and isn't my clan at least important of all the clan of Benjamin's tribe? So why have you said something like this to me? Samuel took Saul and his servant, brought them to the banquet hall, and gave them a place at the head of the thirsty, or so men who had been invested. When Saul had said to the cook, Get the portion of meat that I gave you and told you to set aside. The cook picked up the thigh and weight and what was attached to it and set it before Saul. Then Samuel spoke, Notice that the reserved piece is set before you. Eat because it was saved for you for this solemn this solemn event. At the time I said, I've done from the high place to the city, Samuel spoke with Saul on the roof. They got up early, and just before dawn, Samuel called to Saul on the roof, Get up, and I'll send you on your way. Saul got up, and both he and Samuel went outside. They were going down to the edge of the city. Samuel and Saul, Tell the servants to go ahead of us, but you stay for a while, and I'll reveal the word of God to you. So the servant went on.
1 Samuel chapter 10. Samuel took the flask of oil, poured it out on Saul's head, kissed him, and said, Hasn't the Lord anointed you ruler over his inheritance? Today, when you leave me, you'll find 2 men at Rachel's grave at Zelzah, in the territory of Benjamin. They will say to you, The donkeys you went looking for have been found, and now your father has stopped being concerned about the donkeys and is worried about you, asking, What should I do about my sons? You will proceed from there until you come to the oak of Tabor. 3 men going up to God at Bethel will meet you there, one bringing 3 goats, one bringing 3 loaves of bread, and one bringing a clay jar of wine. They will ask how you are and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you will accept from them. After that, you will come to Gibeah of God, where there are Philistine garrisons. When you arrive at the city, you will meet a group of prophets coming down from the high place prophesying. They will be preceded by harps, tambourines, flutes, and lyres. The Spirit of the Lord will come powerfully on you. You will prophesy with them, and you will be transformed. When these signs have happened to you, do whatever your circumstances require, because God is with you. Afterward, go ahead of me to Gilgal. I will come to you to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice fellowship offerings. Wait 7 days until I come to you and show you what to do. When Saul turned to leave Samuel, God changed his heart. And all the signs came about that day. When Saul and his servant arrived at Gibeah, a group of prophets met him. Then the Spirit of God came powerfully on him, and he prophesied along with them. Everyone who knew him previously and saw him prophesy with the prophets asked each other, "What has happened to the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?" Then the man who was from there asked, "And who was their father?" As a result, is Saul also among the prophets? Became a popular saying. Then Saul finished prophesying and went to the high place. Saul's uncle asked him and his servant, "Where did you go?" "To look for the donkeys," Saul answered. "When we saw they weren't there, we went to Samuel." "Tell me," Saul's uncle asked, "what did Samuel say to you?" Saul told him, "He assured us the donkeys had been found." However, Saul did not tell him what Samuel had said about the matter of kingship. Samuel summoned the people to the Lord at Mizpah and said to the Israelites, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought Israel out of Egypt, and I rescued you from the power of the Egyptians and all the kingdoms that were oppressing you. But today you have rejected your God, who saves you from all your troubles and afflictions. You said to him, 'You must set a king over us.' Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and clans." Samuel had all the tribes of Israel come forward, and the tribes of Benjamin was selected. Then he had the tribes of Benjamin come forward by its clans, and the Matrite clan was selected. Finally, Saul, son of Kish, was selected. But when they searched for him, they could not find him. They again inquired of the Lord, "Has the man come here yet?" The Lord replied, "There he is, hidden among the supplies." They ran and got him from there. When he stood among the people, he stood head taller than anyone else. Samuel said to all the people, "Do you see the one the Lord has chosen? There is no one like him among the entire population." And all the people shouted, "Long live the king!" Samuel proclaimed to the people the rights of kingship. He wrote them on the scroll, which he placed in the presence of the Lord. Then Samuel sent all the people home. Saul also went to his home in Gibeah and brought men whose hearts God had touched went with him. But some wicked men said, "How can this guy save us?" They despised him and did not bring him a gift, but Saul said nothing.